How to trigger a certain value of a parameter in Ableton Live via your MIDI controller. Hi, I'm Toby from abletondrummer.com, and I have a few new Max for Live devices for you to be able, or to give you the possibility to trigger certain values on a parameter in Ableton Live. So just so that you understand, usually you just get the minimum and max value if you map a MIDI button to a parameter in Ableton Live, but maybe you want to trigger out a certain values you can set yourself here. So how does this work? So you are routing the MIDI into a track where you have the device sitting here, and then you map the parameter. So let's map this to this volume fader here, because it's a really good example. And you can already see a monitor here, what kind of values you are triggering here. And you have now up to 5 boxes. There are versions in here where you have 30 boxes and 10 boxes for each of those devices here. And you can now set up the device to receive what kind of MIDI message you are sending from your MIDI controller. So this will work with MIDI notes, with MIDI CC messages, and with MIDI program change. And the cool thing is, it's all detected automatically. So if we turn this on here, hit S, and I now just press my button here, we can see it's detecting a note. And I'm doing this for this one here as well. And we can see it's now triggering those different values here I set up already. So how do you set up those values? So generally MIDI 1.0 is values from 0 to 127. So we could go now to this fader here and set it up, for example, to -40 dB, and we can now set this value here. You can type it in at 20 as well. Let's do another value. Let's do something here, maybe -16, and I can see that down below here, -16. I can set this here, and I can set this as well to 0 dB via a double click and hit S for saving this value for button 3 here. I can check those values as well if I just click on the buttons, or I can just use my MIDI controller now. So this is how easy you can set up certain values here. There's one thing why I developed a high resolution controller here as well, because you can already see we set up -40, -15, -16 and 0, and you can see here, if we wanna be really exact in the monitoring, the values aren't like on the dot, like, I mean 0, 0, whatever. So you get this issue with some parameters who have a really deep and fine resolution and don't scale as optimal to the normal values from 0 to 127, which are being sent or which are being accessible via a MIDI controller. So I have another device here, which is the high res version. So let's set this up for the volume fader here again, and let's quickly set up the buttons here. I already have them set up. Done. So now I can see I get much more accurate values here, because the resolution is much finer, but it's going from 0 dot to 1 dot. So don't get confused about this. That I would just say, just select the value you need. You can check in the monitor current value. You can set those up via this button here as well, via this number box here as well. But if you want the most accurate values, just touch the parameter, set it to the value you want to control, and then hit S, and then the value will be translated the most accurate you can get it. So those devices are coming as a bundle. You get a 5 button. If you just quickly want to map something, you get a 30 buttons, and you get a 10 buttons for the 0 to 127 scaling and for the high resolution 0 dot to 1 dot scaling. Here those come as a bundle. You can get them, just follow the link in the video below. Max for Live devices can be only used if you have Max for Live. Max for Live is included in Ableton Live Suite or can be bought as an add-on towards Ableton Live Standard. Cool, so this way you are able, with the direct MIDI in technique I showed here, just route the MIDI into a track, send those to the devices. This way you're obviously able to set up multiple devices here for multiple parameters on one MIDI track if you want to control more things with that here. Take care, bye bye.